What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you another Defiance 2050 video. And with this video I'm going to be giving you is a guide on the Motherlode co-op for tier 5. And this does work for pretty much any tier as well, but obviously in the lower tiers it's going to be a lot easier. You're not going to have to try as hard, and you really don't have to worry about certain classes that people should be playing. But the classes I would highly recommend having when you go into this, or really go into any co-op on tier 5, is at the very least, have 2 combat medics with the revive spikes, and then just make sure they alternate, so that way with the revive spike, all you have to do is just the person goes in the revive spike and they dip out, and then they have their revive fully back. So it's gonna help a lot. And then the healing bot also helps as well with the damage buff. And then for other classes, a Crusader is really nice to have for the bosses, or for the boss, or just elites in general, because of the fact that they get a huge damage buff. And the assault class is also really nice with the stun ability that they have. So you can use those two. But like I said, I would highly recommend having at least 2 combat medics. You can, if anything, you can have the whole team playing as a combat medic just to make sure, you know, everyone's pretty much safe. Also, I do want you guys to be aware that I'm not going to be showing the full run. I'm only going to be showing the boss fight, just because of the fact that you don't necessarily need to worry about whether you're dying a lot in the before the boss. You can just, there's a lot of different ways of going about it. You can just skip through everything and do the objectives, or you can kill everything. If you are killing everything, keep in mind these are the 99ers, and they have a shield, so electricity and fire is going to be your best friend. There's maybe quantum too, if you like using quantum. But now we're going to go ahead and go right into Motherlode. Alright, so first things first is with Motherlode, there's going to be weak points that you have to shoot on Motherlode before you can actually do damage to them. So obviously if you're already doing tier 5, you're going to already know about this. The best way, in my opinion, the best way of hitting Motherlode's weak points is to have some type of explosive weapon. So a detonator or a rocket launcher. I'm not saying that the assault rifles and SMGs, none of those won't work. They still can work. They just aren't as great as the detonator, because the fact that the detonators and the rocket launchers have splash damage. They can hit multiple weak points. So you're gonna have weak points on both his knees, and then you're gonna have weak points at the top of him, which I normally just call them pimples. So you're gonna have those, and you're gonna have to pop those. And then when you do break his weak point, he's gonna kneel down, and then he's gonna open his chest. And then when he opens his chest, that's when everyone's can do damage. Now, as a combat medic, you want to make sure you do pop your buffs, and then if you're a Crusader, make sure you use your hammer, then cancel it. If you're an assault, make sure you already have the overcharge ability active, or not active, but on your slot. So you might want to have to switch your overcharge with your concussion blast when you get into the Motherlode fight. And when he does kneel down, I would highly recommend equipping something that has a lot of damage and a lot of bullets. So an LMG is going to be really useful. If you have the what is it called, the minigun, I completely forgot what it's called, but if you have it, then that's going to also help a lot. An SMG is really good as well. Pretty much anything helps, except for rocket launcher and detonators on his damage part. So as you can see, after we broke both his knees, he won't have his weak spots there anymore, so it's going to be on his back. And now he's going to also have he's going to have different abilities as well, rather than just running around slamming. He's also going to have the ability to jump, or he's going to leap and then smash, and then a shockwave is going to come out and hit. And if you get hit by the shockwave, it's an insta-kill on tier 5. There's a lot of attacks are insta-kills from him. Also right here, he did, when he charges like that, he runs into the wall. I would highly recommend everyone aiming for the back. Everyone on my team was going for the front of him, but the reason why I'd say the back is because the back pimples are the harder ones, the hardest ones to hit. So, and the front ones are really easy to hit. So that's why I would recommend hitting the back ones, trying to break the back ones first when he does run into the wall like that. Other than that, you can always keep shooting at the front. Now, after you break one of the pimples, the enemies are going to spawn out. Try your best to take out the enemies. Don't worry about his weapon being charged, because all it does is it buffs his damage, and he's already going to one-shot you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you do want to make sure you take out all these enemies, because if they're going to just keep doing a lot of damage, and then they'll eventually wipe you guys out if you can't take them out quick enough. And right there, I have no idea why my combat medic was up there, or my drone was up there, but it helps. So if you know how to get your drone up there, then that would definitely help out, so it won't get destroyed. As you can see, the enemy spawned again right after he broke his, or we broke his, what was it, the front right pimple. And then for the enemies, when the enemies spawn out, the ones I would recommend everyone trying to kill first is going to be the little flamer dudes, because the fire damage that they deal is a lot of damage, and they get very annoying, and they kind of blind you, so you can't really see if the boss is coming to you or what. It's just, it gets really irritating. That's why I would recommend everyone going for the little ones first before you go for the gunmen. And right there, I just popped a revive spike. So it broke because he did slam it, but the thing about the revive spike is I put it right on top of his body, so he was able to still get the revive, and I was able to get the revive because I dropped the revive spike. But right now I don't have any revives, as you can see on the. So if you guys want to know how you know if you have a revive or not, is it's the white person box next to your health bar. There's gonna be a little person there. When the box is fully white, then that means you have a revive. So my revive is back because my drone gave me my revive back.
That thing is recharging its weapon. Shoot the charger core to stop it.
As you can see, he just did a shockwave right there as well, so that's something you do. If you do see the shockwave coming, anytime you see his hand raise with his hammer, it's either going to be a shockwave or he's just going to slam, but you normally just want to strafe right or left and just keep spam dodging that way. So now we broke his pimples, and I'm switching to the Crusader because the Crusader just has a lot of damage. And right here, with this attack, it's going to have six different shockwaves. It's going to have, or no, 8 different shockwaves. 4, so there's going to be one that goes front, one that goes right, one that goes left, and one that goes back. And then the other 4 goes on the top 2 corners in the front and 2 corners in the back of him. And then the reason why I switched to the Crusader though is because of the fact that the Crusader has a lot of damage. So when he does rage like that, you do want to make sure you switch. You can try to switch to your higher DPS class. At least to me, that's what helps a lot to burn him really quick. But that is honestly pretty much it. This fight is a lot easier. It's not that this fight was hard before, it's just it took a long time to actually complete because of the fact that he had way too much health. But now he has a good amount of health, and the damage he does is pretty much instant kills. So if you don't have a combat medic, it's gonna be really hard to complete. But I mean, aside from that, this co-op map is probably one of the easiest ones in my opinion.
out there.
But if this helps you out, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, that was my chair. Let me know down in the comment section. And this is all day, any day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.
Yeah.